To this now, the City of Cape Town will destroy almost 3,000 litres of illicit alcohol. This comes just a week before the festive season. Law enforcement will destroy the liquor in line with its impoundment policy. We cross live to Mariska to give us a sense of what's happening on the ground. A very good afternoon to you, Mariska. We know that law enforcement has been hard at work in their efforts to essentially eliminate the illicit alcohol sector. Talk us through today's plan.
You are absolutely right. The illicit alcohol sector is a very, very big problem. And despite laws being in place prohibiting people from drinking in public places such as beaches and parks and places like that, it is still happening. So around 15,000 litres of alcohol is destroyed annually by the City of Cape Town, and that excludes what the SABC is also doing. But here we are today, we got a sample today of the 3,000 litres of liquor that has been confiscated just in the past few weeks. So to chat to us now, we have JP Smith. He's the MACO member for Safety and Security. JP, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us. Why is it important that you do these confiscations?
So liquor in public places contributes disproportionately to injuries, accidents and fatalities. Pedestrian fatalities are extremely high. It is the biggest form of road death is pedestrian fatalities. When car and pedestrian meets, pedestrian always loses. Injuries on beaches, especially drownings, are a major factor. And we have seen that when we reduce the alcohol effectively, those drownings disappear. And then, of course, drunk driving remains a massive problem. In the last week alone, we've seen a cyclist and a member of our own law enforcement service killed by drunk drivers driving recklessly as a consequence of being intoxicated. So these are important things for us to police if you want to reduce fatalities and loss of life during this time of celebration when we should be making happy memories. You do that. A big part of our controllable output is dealing with alcohol in public places. It includes community swimming pools, our beaches, etc. And the rules for this have existed, as you point out, for a very long time. These are decade-old bylaws. They are not new. It's not like this is a rule that was made this year. So the public understand this very well. And we do find people hiding alcohol, which means they come to the beach knowing that consuming it there is not permitted, but hide alcohol in various creative ways, from burying it to injecting it in fruit to hiding it in ice lollies to all kind of thing. And I suppose very often that won't be detected until they become inebriated to the point where their behavior shows that they are under the influence of alcohol. And then dealing with it can become difficult when people are already inebriated. We do want our beaches to be family spaces that are friendly for everyone, that people can go and have fun without worrying what the people next to you on the beach are going to be doing. And so controlling alcohol there is an important output for our festive season planning.
Just very briefly, JP, we have to cut back to studio. But you've also gotten a lot of flack for destroying alcohol. Why the decision to destroy?
So I personally would like to see us auction the alcohol. That 15,000 litres could bring in presumably a decent amount of money, and that we could put towards donating it to some NGO or put towards some constructive use or transferred to a benefit fund for injured officers or such. However, the legal opinion has consistently said that this is not possible. A, because the city would need to become a vendor of liquor. We would need to have a liquor license to sell it, which is very problematic. And B, because the allegation will then very quickly be made that we impound the liquor for the purpose of selling it. And that starts muddying the waters and the motive behind the city's actions. So for those two important reasons, we will continue to destroy, even though on a personal level, I would like to see us auction it off and use the money constructively. The way our laws work, that is just not possible.
Just lastly, very briefly, your appeal to the public and warning.
Okay. I would prefer to ease off on the warnings and rather focus on an appeal. We don't want to be fighting with the public. We are there to serve you. We are public servants. Our job is to protect and look after the public. But we can only do that if you work with us. If people drink in public or are inebriated in public, bad things happen almost inevitably. And the way in which we can avoid these bad things is the public proactively taking responsibility of their behavior in public places. If you go to countries across the world, you will see very different behavior patterns on how people deal with alcohol. And unfortunately, we do not have a good approach to that in South Africa and towards public drinking and the irresponsible use of alcohol. So please work with us. We're trying to do this to look after you, to protect you, and to make sure that only positive memories are formed, that you're not spending this January mourning the life, a lost life in your family from drowning or from an accident. Work with us and let's keep this a happy time and a good Christmas and a good festive season for everyone.
Thank you very much. That was JP Smith, the MACO member for safety and security in the city of Cape Town, and what he said there about people consuming alcohol on beaches and drownings happened. In my long career, I've seen that happening several times, where a person that is inebriated goes into the water, and very often someone else would go in the water to try and save them, and they end up dying as a result, or drowning as a result of that incident. So as JP Smith said there, they want to ease off on the warning, but strongly appealing to the public. This is the law. You may not drink in public spaces like beaches and where gatherings are happening. If you do feel you want to have some liquor, go to places that have licenses for this and plan ahead. Rather take a taxi perhaps, or ask somebody to drive you where you need to be. Stay off the roads when you are drinking, because law enforcement will be out in full force. And one of the things they will be looking at this December is people consuming alcohol in places where they're not supposed to be doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. An appeal that must indeed be heeded. SABC News reporter Mariska Buerta there giving us a sense of some of the workings and the process underway to destroy 3,000 litres of illicit alcohol in the city of Cape Town.